Welcome back to the channel. This is James from Ecom Boss here today with a very, 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 very special guest, Mr. Craig White himself. For those of you who have maybe followed me for a little while, you will have probably seen Craig on my stories. He's an absolute legend from over Eastern Australia who went from a complete beginner to smashing over $8,000 in sales with our organic system to doing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales with our advanced methods inside of our e-commerce, elite, Shopify, dropshipping, advanced stuff. And so what I wanted to do was bring him on today and walk you through his journey, what he's done, what he's learned, what advice he will give you along the way. I'm sure with a bunch of surprises as well. So Craig, what's up, man? Welcome.
Thanks for having me, James.
Dude, excited to have you here. Let's kick things off, super fun, super casual with, tell us a bit about you, where you came from, like where you started, like who was Craig before you joined Ecom Boss?
Yeah, so got a new house, we're renovating, and bills kept going up, cost of living, and I just thought, we got enough, but I need something a little bit, to secure our future. We're having a kid soon, and I thought we need a little bit more in life. So I thought I need to try something, and I've tried drop shipping in the past actually, and I didn't know what I was doing. So I'd had a couple attempts at that, and then I'd seen a lot of actually ads on Instagram, Facebook for drop shipping classes and whatnot. And a lot of them felt scammy. And then I saw one of your videos. You're sitting at a cafe or something, and you just talked about your cheat sheet for making $1 million. I thought, let's do it. Let's try it. And I got it. Sounded interesting. And then you guys ended up giving me a call and talked about the 30-day program. And I would never normally spend money online, but just what I was hearing, it sort of made sense. I thought, you know what, let's try it. Let's put some skin in the game, actually try something, bit of accountability. For me, accountability is always what I struggle with, but yeah, that's what I decided to go with. Give you guys a try.
Cool, man. And so you were so one thing I think is quite interesting is the fact that you just found out recently that you have a baby coming as well.
Yes. We've been talking about it for a bit over a year now. So when I started my 30-day program, at the time we were just talking about kids. It was a plan, but baby's on the way now.
I love it. Congratulations, a beautiful baby girl. In what, 7 months now?
Yeah, almost halfway, a few weeks shy.
Wow, dude. Congratulations. Cool. Okay. So bills piling up, want an extra income, think about being parents soon. It's obviously extra cash flow, extra freedom goes a hell of a long way with stuff like that. So that's cool to hear. And so you jumped in, and for those of you at home who don't know, you haven't been on the channel before, what we do is we teach two different things. If you're a beginner, we teach you how to get started making money online, selling products without needing to build Shopify stores, spend money on ads, do anything complicated or expensive. It's using free platforms like Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Etsy, apps that you already have on your phone to make sales consistently. And then once you've got money coming in through that, then you can go ahead and scale up with a Shopify store, run ads, and build something really big. And so you came in the beginner program and started selling products just using free marketing, just using free platforms. And so can you walk me through sort of what that journey looks like from learning that to actually getting sales to where you ended up with the organic side? Can you walk me through that journey?
Yeah, that was actually a bit of fun, that. So again, instead of drop shipping, you guys sort of walked me through using Facebook Marketplace and getting a lot of framework, taught a lot about daily action.
Yes.
That was probably a big thing, to be honest, because before on my own, I just sort of flounder, do a bit here, do a bit there, but I didn't really have like a strong plan and step by step. So coming into that, I was watching videos of your face every day.
Nice.
Just putting listings on Marketplace, following the chat script. I had Emmett on the chat. If I had any questions, that was good. Shoot him a message. How do I respond to this? What happened here? I got an alert from Facebook because they didn't like a listing. What should I do now? So it was good having Emmett there as well. Yeah.
I love it. Okay. And so you went through everything. You started working with me, you started working with head coach Emmett, and you started applying the skills, putting products out there. Tell me about the first sale. Do you remember what your first product was? Do you remember what that first sale was like?
Yeah, first product, it was weird. So I've been putting my 5 listings a day, and I think it was only second or third day. So I had maybe 10 products up. And I put a lot of effort into all these other listings, and the one that did actually sell was one I just threw up on a whim. It was a box of quartz crystals, and I had old ladies piling up in my message queue, just going, "Oh, I want to buy these crystals. They look beautiful." And yeah, I think they cost me $8, and I was selling them for $25. I think it was
Nice.
shipped straight to their door.
Yeah. There's something very funny about how usually what you think will sell is never what normally sells. The things that you think are your genius ideas most of the time don't sell very well, especially when you're starting out. And it's the weirdest stuff in the world that does well. Like Ebony, you remember Ebony when she started out, she did 5 grand profit in the first month. She was selling golden teaspoons, right?
Mhm.
Which is the most weird, niche, abstract thing on the planet, but absolutely made a killing with it. There's so many dumb products that have gone a very long way that sometimes it really just comes down to testing. And so you're killing it with the quartz crystals. The old ladies are flooding in. You're making money. As you started to scale up, because you did what? You went 8 grand in sales just with the free methods?
Yeah, about 8 grand in that first 30 days.
The first 30 days, right? And out of that 8 grand in your first month, what was that? Like, obviously, you want to talk about profit as well, right? So, what was the profit on that?
Oh, look, because there was no advertising fees, there was no expenses on anything. It was basically, um, yeah, it was probably, yeah, actually, it might have been 8 grand profit. I think it was.
Wow,
Honestly, it was 8 grand sales. It was crazy, absolutely crazy. Uh,
ridiculous.
in like right here, right now, I'll look at my chart. First 30 days, 21st to the 21st, we're looking, yeah, 8,000 revenue and yeah, like 200 grand profit.
Solid. So, first month is a complete beginner to stuff. 8 grand of sales, 2.5 grand profit in your first 30 days, where most people are still finding their feet, especially people who are following some of the more complicated models out there on YouTube. So, that's great, dude. So, firstly, it was a pretty good sign off the rip that you want to do well. Then what we did, I think, from memory, was that we then talked about, all right, cool, we've gone through the beginner program. Let's look at the advanced program, which we call Elite, which was now that you've got some products that are doing quite well. We had one in the gaming space that was doing very well, the anime space, which we can't disclose what it was, but it was a product that was really starting to take off. And so we talked about turning that into a store, running ads to it, and going more of the traditional brand, traditional model long term, running it up with stores, running it up with ads. And then you took that and you took it a very long way. Tell me
Mm.
about that journey from finding a product on marketplace that made money to doing over $180,000 in a single month, I believe you did in sales.
Yeah, December, I think it was 180,000. I'd have to check the exact number, but it was absolutely insane. It was an idea I saw on Reddit. I was scrolling past one day and someone got an existing product and they used it differently. And I thought that's really cool. And I had the screenshot saved for in my phone for a year or two. And I put it on Facebook Marketplace and I was selling them. And it was one of my best sellers in Marketplace. So with you guys, we set up a store, we got ads running, did some marketing, and just every day we were putting up the ad spend. Cautious, is this still working? More sales. Um, I wish I'd started ramping up faster, honestly, because I think 1st of December I was only spending what only was like $150 a day in ads.
Yes.
By the second week of December, I was spending it's like over $1,000 a day in ads, and it was over $1,000 a day in profit. I think one day was $1,800 profit one day.
Yep. Yep. That's so good. One of my favorite memories from around that period is you'd launch the store. money was flying in, as we said, $180,000 in that single month in December. And what was really funny about that is one of my favorite memories we've had from one of the elite events that we do. We do these events with our Ecom Boss students and for our elite members. All across Australia, we hang out in person. And then afterwards, we tend to just hang out in the bar, have some food, have some drinks. And we were sitting there and you were just showing your Shopify dashboard to everyone around you. You're like, refresh, another sale, refresh, another sale, refresh, another sale. Drinks are officially on me. And it was hilarious. We're in this tiny little bar. And it was just everyone was just so hyped up and crowded around you seeing those sales come in. And that was really, really fun. And so now what the plan is for Memory is that now that you've got that store and that's doing really, really well, you've now started to build out some other products to your product line that you're about to launch in Q4.
Yeah. Well, there's so many animes. I've taken the Dragon Ball Z product that I got and I've adapted it, and I'm going to go up to One Piece soon.
Nice.
And then I've also got a few other custom products which handmade. I got one. Yeah, it's a keyboard. So I got a factory in China, and they hand make these, and I've got like 20 different designs. Someone orders it, it gets made by the factory and sent straight to the customer. So it's absurd, but it works.
Yeah. And what's really funny is even something like One Piece is taken off obviously because of Netflix. There's movies coming out, there's TV shows coming out, it's becoming the new big thing. You got Q4 coming up, which is gonna be huge for Christmas and shopping periods, which is great for you. But the thing that I think is most impressive about you, Craig, obviously you're extremely smart and no one can ever take that away from you. But I think it was really, really cool about this is that you went from last year brand new to this stuff. So now we're sitting here and you're like, yeah, I have a factory in China and I've got these things custom made and we're going to Q4. I've got these products we're bringing out. Do these crazy things that a year ago you would have had no idea about. And it's really, really cool to see how someone can go from complete beginner to doing things like that in such a short period of time. So you're really proud of yourself for that. I'd love to know sort of when it came to the coaching in the program, obviously with the beginner program, and even if we look into the stuff like the advanced elite program, what do you feel about the program specifically was the most helpful for you? Was it the training stuff? Was it more of the one-on-one coaching, even the events? Like, where do you feel like the majority of that success came from? Like, what was the most useful?
Probably a mix of two of the biggest things were a lot about the 30-day program is about daily action and accountability, and just making sure that stick to the program. There's not a day where it's just like do something, put more listings up,
Right.
Reply to your customers, just keep it going, keep it going. And after the 30 days, you're just sort of in the habit, By the time you've got things on Facebook, eBay, Etsy, you're just replying to messages, you're making sales. It just keeps going and it's automatic.
Right.
But then the other thing is Emmett, the coach. Every day, again, Emmett, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? And you might be sitting there like tired. It's been a big week. I just want to watch some Netflix, and then I think back. Oh, Emmett messaged me an hour or two ago. He said, "What are you doing this afternoon?" I said, "I'd do this. I'll get my listings in, then I'll watch some shows." But then I'm just on my Facebook putting new listings, and it's like, oh, next thing you know, it's time for bed. But because it actually becomes enjoyable when you're making sales.
Of course. Of course. And sometimes all you need is that person in your corner, a coach, is just going, hey, man, I'm still here. I'm still waiting for you to put your products up. I'm still waiting to see the work you're going to do today. Because usually you don't have people in your life that are going to do that. They're going to hold you accountable to the level you need to. And so that's phenomenal to hear. I'm phenomenal. And Emmett is amazing. We have some videos with Emmett on the channel, and he is just a godsend. He is just so good, man. I love Emmett. And I guess now that you've been doing this for about a year or so now, you got some big things coming out. You've also got a daughter coming your way. So a very, very big period for you. What are your sort of goals and expectations and the way you're sort of setting yourself up for your life for the next year or so? What's the plan for the next year for Craig?
Look, doing 200K in December, but then I don't know. I think doing 100K in November would be nice as well. We'll be losing an income, so let's completely replace it. And to be honest, I think I've done 100K revenue just in the last 6 months. Beginning of the year isn't as fast as the holiday season, but I'm looking to just make some good money as the year closes out, holiday season, to make them the most of it.
Yeah.
And
I love it.
who needs that second income?
That's it. That's it.
Um,
That's it. It's cool, man. That's cool. And I think that there's something, and I was talking about this recently. There's something really, really cool about the timing of you wanting to have a child, getting to online game to get some extra income coming in, nailing it, and now you got a baby on the way, and you now can have this sort of sense of confidence where it's like, hey, listen, if I wanted to stay home a bit more present, I can because I have the skills to do that. I have an extra income to come and support, so I don't have to stress about the additional costs of raising a child. You keep nailing the skills and keep refining the skills. That is a massive, massive benefit that a lot of new parents don't have. And so the timing of it all and the order in which it happened is really, really cool, which one of the things that me and Emmett are really excited about for as you become a parent.
hmm. Well, just having that extra revenue source that's irrespective of employment. I've got my website, I've got my listings, they sell. I don't even really have to make many new ads because the ads I have are working.
Yeah.
So I log in, I click place orders, and then China ships the orders straight to the customers. And the way it's set up, the money is back in my bank account after like a day or two. So um, before getting into this, the reason I started initially was, cost of living, and you think just, oh, bills, 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 bills. And when you have a traditional job, you can't really scale up. You can't double your income.
Right.
You can negotiate with your boss for a 5% raise, 10% if you're really, really lucky, or you can change jobs.
Yep.
Um, with selling online, it's just, oh, I got $70,000 in December profit. So how else can you do that, And
Yeah.
and I'm looking to for my future, want 70K to be a small number, As each year rolls around, I should be able to just make more and more and scale it up.
I love it. I love it, man. 100%. We've got new levels, dude. New levels for you to hit. And it's really, really exciting to see. We've got a very exciting end of year coming up for you. We're really, really excited to see what happens. And one last question I'd love to ask before we wrap things up, and I'm very, very busy, is if you were watching this, if you were making this video for you a year ago, starting out, it's like you've got some income, you want to get some more income, you want to have a baby in the future, you want to get into the online game, you don't really know where to start. What advice would you give yourself a year ago that you wish you'd known back then, whether it came to how to approach things, what kind of coach to work with? Like, what advice would you give yourself a year ago?
Definitely, definitely look into Ecom Boss, you guys. Um, daily action, having a plan, looking for support too. That's another thing. Just finding a community that can help you to stick to a plan. You can bounce off, get ideas, all those things. It just, yeah, just do it.
Yeah.
Get started, do something. If you fail, it doesn't really cost you anything.
Yeah.
Like, it's very hard to fail in this space.
Yeah. And realistically, when you're following a system where you don't have to spend any money on marketing or advertising or stock or inventory or anything like that, the only way that you fail is if you fail to try, right?
Mm.
Because the worst case scenario is that the first product you test doesn't work, didn't spend anything, you just go try another one. And that's what it's all about. And you've come a hell of a long way from that. So we're proud of you, dude. Seriously, thank you for taking the time out for this call. And we're wishing you the absolute best, man. What's coming up later in this year, we're excited to see it all happen. New baby, it's going to be exciting, man. So good work. We're proud of you. And thanks for sharing your story, man.
Thank you very much, James. Thanks for having me.
You got it. And for those of you at home, hope this is super valuable for you. If you've got any questions for Craig, feel free to pop them in the comments and we'll make sure that he circles back and answers them for you. But bottom line is, have a phenomenal day. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.